In this class, I'm going to be teaching you about email marketing, but specifically for e-commerce. I'm going to be sharing some of my personal recommendations with you and actually giving you a couple of strategies that you can use for your own email marketing campaigns. Now, this could be for your own website on Amazon or even on eBay, or potentially a combination of all three. Now, before I get into this particular video is part of an overall package that I have put together for you guys to teach you about e-commerce email marketing. This particular class is going to be about my specific strategies for e-commerce. The rest of the training consists of 2 more ebook guides and also 2 additional training videos. Now, those ebook guides are references for those additional training videos. The additional videos, the first one is more of a general email marketing training video. It's going to teach you about the 2 main newsletter services that a lot of marketers use, Aweber and GetResponse, so you can figure out which one to pick. Personally, for those of you that are going to be doing e-commerce with your email marketing and using the strategies that I'm going to be teaching you in this class today, I would probably have to recommend for you to go with GetResponse for your newsletter service. And I will get to why on that in just a little while here. Now, you're also in that first video going to learn about how to create a custom lead sign-up form page, and actually have a generator that I have created that you can use to do this and avoid having to worry about the technical aspects of it. Now, the second training video continues on to teach you additional strategies on creating autoresponders and broadcast mails, and it will also teach you methods on driving traffic to your lead pages that you created in the first video. So consider these 2 additional videos a separate training course just on email marketing in general. Now, that course was originally created for Amazon affiliates, but it can literally be applied to pretty much anything that you want to do as far as email marketing goes. So overall, between those 2 training videos and the 2 ebook guides that are references that go along with them, and this particular video, you should have a complete understanding of email marketing and specifically how you can apply that to e-commerce. Now, before I actually get into the real training today, we first need to truly understand why we should even do this. Why should you bother with email marketing for your e-commerce business? Even if you have an existing e-commerce business with great sales numbers, if you're not doing email marketing on top of what you're already doing, I guarantee you're leaving sales on the table. So with that said, I would highly recommend when you're first getting started to go ahead and start applying these practices, because they will help you get started in this and become a lot more successful a lot faster. Now, this isn't necessarily going to happen immediately as soon as you start doing email marketing with your e-commerce, unless you have a history of customers that you can automatically load up, and you immediately have a decent customer base that you can then market to, you're going to have to build up some customers first, but it can seriously only take a month or two before you have a semi-decent amount of customers that you can promote to, and you can easily end up doubling or tripling what you can make without email marketing by adding this in to your strategy. Now, if you haven't heard about the 3 basic ways that you can grow a business, you need to understand them to truly get why email marketing simply works and why you should be using this with your e-commerce business. Number 1, increase the number of customers. Obviously, if you can have more customers buying your products, you're going to make more money, and therefore your business would grow. Number 2, increase the average transaction value per customer. You on Amazon oftentimes will see a product for sale, and then Amazon will also try to get you to buy these accessories. They'll show you what people commonly purchase with that particular product. They're trying to upsell you. That is their way of increasing the average transaction value per customer. Now, there are tons and tons of e-commerce businesses on Amazon and eBay that are solely focusing on number 1 and possibly number 2, even though a lot of times number 2 is being taken care of for them by a company like Amazon, for example. But then number 3, they're often leaving this completely up to fate. They might include a business card with their website address on it, or they might just say, well, if that person wants to buy from me again, they bought from me through Amazon or eBay once already, they'll simply go back and purchase from me that same way in the future. Well, this is the wrong approach to take with number 3. You're leaving this last crucial part of growing a business completely up in the air when in fact you can have complete control over this. Now, when you are running your business, as I was telling you before, you will start to grow your number of total customers. And they either will go back to where they found you in the first place on Amazon or eBay, or maybe they won't even be able to find you again, and they just end up buying from somebody else the next time. Now, you also pay these other companies, Amazon and eBay, fees to sell products for you, and these fees can be sometimes pretty hefty. You can sometimes lose 10 to 15% of the total sale price of your product just to these fees. You're paying a PayPal fee to receive the payment. You're paying a transaction fee based on the value of the product on eBay and on Amazon. And these fees kind of vary on those websites. But regardless, it is more expensive to sell a product on one of these networks than it is to sell it on your own website. Simply setting up a credit card merchant account or using a PayPal account to have sales come into. You're only paying roughly 3% in a lot of cases, maybe even 4%, but it's nothing compared to the fees that you're paying on those other networks. So when you're leaving all this up in the air and just letting people go back to purchase from you wherever they found you in the first place, a lot of these e-commerce businesses are growing and building their business solely off of the sales from Amazon and eBay. So when they're not able to take those customers that they're gaining and then drive them to their own website for future purchases, they're losing out on this extra profit margin right here. And when you're dealing with physical goods that you're selling, you're not making, huge profit margins. This extra potentially 10% that you can gain from selling the product on your own site instead of doing it on Amazon can end up being a very substantial amount of money. So the whole idea here behind using email marketing for your e-commerce business is to take those repeat customers, have an easy way to contact them on demand, and also to move their future purchases to your own website. You will not only increase your overall sales this way, but you will also increase your profit on each individual sale. Now, whether you have existing customers or if you're just getting started, one of the things that you can do to build a newsletter list out of those customers is to use GetResponse, because they will allow you to import an email list from customers into a newsletter list. Now, depending on how you are receiving your sales, a decent amount of them may be going through your PayPal account. If you have sales going through your own website and you have PayPal connected up with that, those sales would end up going through your PayPal account, obviously. Your eBay sales will often end up going through your PayPal account as well. Now, Amazon works a little differently. Amazon actually gets paid when you have a sale, and then Amazon will pay you. I will get to talking about that in just a few here after I get through PayPal. So what you can do is go to your PayPal account as frequently as it works for you. Could be once a week, could be once a month, could be once every couple of months. Personally, I would recommend doing it at least once a month so your new customers have a chance to get contact from you within 30 days max of their purchase. You need to keep some kind of constant contact going on with them if you want them to respond to your future emails that you send out. So what you want to do is go into your PayPal account, go to History, and then go to Download History, and you can export a CSV list. This is a comma separated value list of PayPal sales to obtain the email addresses of your customers. Now, this strategy, as I was telling you before, can work for both your on-site PayPal sales and your eBay sales. Now, to get a complete customer email list, you may have those other sources that you also need to go and access, like Amazon or potentially a credit card merchant account. But this is just going to cover PayPal itself. Now, there is an advanced way that you could set up your own website to where when people make a purchase through there, they are automatically added to your GetResponse list. But ultimately, it's not going to cover all of your PayPal transactions still. It wouldn't end up covering your eBay sales, for example. But if you are interested in that information, there is an address here that I have included for you where you can go and take a look at that info. Now, after you have gone into PayPal and selected the history, the download history item from the menu, you will come to this page, and this will be down towards the bottom of the page. This is how you generate a report that you can then get those emails off of in bulk without having to spend a lot of time. First of all, select a custom date range right here. This can be, again, for whatever frequency works best for you. You next have a file type. Select comma delimited. I prefer to go for the completed payments option, but you could still do all of the payments if you want to still try to contact maybe people that refunded a purchase, for example. This is going to be a file type that can easily be opened in a spreadsheet program, and that will then allow you to copy off all those emails and import it into your newsletter list. So once you have these settings set up, just click on Download History at the bottom, and you will proceed on. Now, depending on how many transactions you have in your report, you may have to wait a little while before you can actually download it. This can potentially take as long as 24 hours for really large reports, but really small ones may be available instantly. So if you end up seeing this message right here, just click on the Continue button. You'll get back to the previous page on PayPal and simply monitor the email address that it states right here. I wanted to blur this out just to ensure I don't get a lot of spam as a result. Now, whenever your report is ready, you'll get notified by email, and then you can simply return to that same download history page on PayPal, and then look for the download recent history logs link. This will take you to this page where you can select the log that you want to download and then simply click on the download log button. Now once you have that file downloaded to your computer, you need to open it in a spreadsheet program. Microsoft Office is the most well-known example of this, but if you do not have that, since it costs a lot of money to get Microsoft Office, you can try OpenOffice. OpenOffice is cool because it's completely free, it's full-featured just like Microsoft Office, and it's even compatible with those same files, so they could go back and forth. You can take Office files and put them in OpenOffice and vice versa. So when you're opening a file, if you're using OpenOffice, this is the window that you will see when it's opening. Make sure you specify what the separation is. It's going to be a comma separation, and that will split all the information in that file into the appropriate fields. Now, if you have done that correctly, everything should be split up like this, so you have all of your email addresses in one single column. This should be column J. It says from email address. What you want to do is click on the very first email and then scroll all the way to the bottom of that report and hold down the Shift button and then click on the very last email. That should select every email in that entire list, and then you can copy it. Control-C on Windows computers, you can always go up to the menu to copy it also, and then you will take all those emails and paste them into GetResponse to make your import. So get into GetResponse and go to Contacts and then Import Contacts. This is going to be the easiest way. This copy and paste area, just simply paste all those emails into this box right here and then click on Import Contacts. Now, if you have a lot of emails to import, you may want to split it up into a few different pieces. The reason why is because if one of your emails in there ends up being an email that GetResponse won't approve, they have a review process and they're looking for different things that may lead them to believe that it's a shared email list, for example. If you have everything split up into smaller pieces, and they reject something, they won't reject all of it. They'll approve most of it, and they may only reject one piece. So I will sometimes split it up into 50 to 100 emails at a time when I am pasting them in, and that will help to minimize this problem. Now, when you're selling products on Amazon as a vendor, you do not actually receive individual payments for each purchase. They are going to Amazon, and then Amazon pays you every so often with a larger payment for a bunch of sales all at once. As a result, you won't have the PayPal emails for your customers on Amazon, but there are still ways that you can get around this issue. First of all, Amazon will give you an anonymous email address for each customer, and that can be used to contact them. But I really wouldn't recommend using that to import into GetResponse. I've never actually imported those into GetResponse, but I would imagine that they wouldn't approve it, and or Amazon likely would end up noticing that because that goes through their system and they're likely monitoring for things of that nature. So what I would recommend to do instead is whenever you sell something on Amazon, make sure you have some type of information that is being included with every single purchase, and try to direct your customer to a lead sign-up form page that you have created specifically for them. Now, you don't have to do that for every single individual customer, but what I mean is, for your Amazon customers, send them there, make it, feel exclusive and special, offer them some kind of a, discount on future purchases when they join your newsletter, or, access to news on your new products that are getting released, etc. By doing that, you can get your Amazon customers that are actually interested in your products to give you their email address, one that they actually would want to be contacted at. So while you wouldn't get every single Amazon customer this way, you can build a list like this in a fairly timely manner. And this will be a really responsive list. They're interested in what you have to offer. Now, I also want to talk to you guys about 2 specific email promotion strategies that you can use for e-commerce. You've probably seen websites or various e-commerce businesses offering discounts to returning customers, trying to get them to come back and purchase again. That is a smart tactic. However, people actually respond better to freebies over discounts. Now, discounts can still be an effective way to drive sales if you don't have a good option to use for freebies. But if you do have something that you can possibly come up with that you can give people for free by buying a particular product, especially if there is some kind of relation between those 2 products, you will get a much, much better response from this. Think of it as internet marketers offering you a bonus with your purchase. Same thing here, except you're doing it with a physical product. So as long as you have control over the shipping of your own products, at least the products that you're selling through your own website, if nothing else, then you should have the freedom to be able to carry out this simple strategy. Number 1, figure out a free product of yours that you could offer as a bonus with a purchase of another relational product. Relational product being the key phrase there. For example, buy this car GPS unit and get a free dash mount with your purchase. Something that the person would look at and be like, oh, well, if I was going to buy that, I would want to go ahead and buy that other thing too, and they're going to give it to me for free, whereas I'd have to go and pay $20, $30 plus shipping from somewhere else. These are really, really appealing offers. Even if you took the dollar amount of that dash mount, and instead of offering them the free dash mount, if you just offered them that dollar amount off of the car GPS, your results would still not be as good as offering that free dash mount. People love free stuff. So once you have this offer figured out that you can present to people, you promote a particular page on your website for that product. So a page on your site where you have that car GPS for sale, you put a link to that page in an email promotion. In that email, you specifically mention the free bonus gift, maybe give them some kind of coupon code or something that they should mention in the comment of their order or something like that to qualify to receive this bonus gift, or give them some kind of special link to where they don't have to worry about that, and you will automatically know who purchased through your newsletter. Regardless, you are sending them there to buy that product, and you want to tell them about that free bonus gift that they are going to get with their purchase. Now, you can move particular products of yours in a higher volume in a short period of time with this strategy. If you have slow sales on a particular product, or maybe you just bought a whole bunch of a product and maybe you don't want to sit on it for a long time or something, or you just need to get rid of it, this can be a really easy way to drive sales and also help to reduce your inventory on specific items. You can also just use it to promote brand new products of yours to try to induce a lot of sales on brand new items that you get in, for example. Now, the second strategy that I want to talk to you about is a little different from what I've been talking to you about previously here. Instead of pushing people to your own website, with this strategy, you would actually send people directly to Amazon, to your product listings on Amazon. Now, if you're more concerned with trying to get immediate profit on each individual sale, if you're just getting started and you need that extra profit on every sale that you can possibly get, this may not be the best thing to try out. However, if you're more interested on trying to generate new business to get new customers and ultimately try to push more volume of sales, this can be a great way to go to help get you some extra exposure and also to potentially drive a whole bunch of new customers your way. Now, also, do not try this unless you are confident that you can send numerous sales in a single day from one of your email promotions, or else it's not going to really benefit you enough. You would be better off just sending people to your own website to buy. So now that I have that covered, the idea here is to promote one of your own products for sale on Amazon instead of trying to promote it directly on your own website. You're going to make less per sale, but the whole point of this strategy is that you might have a potential for more overall profit and more new customers. So what you want to do here is drive sales to your own product on Amazon. This could be a product of yours that's sitting around and maybe just needs more exposure, or maybe it's a new release product that you just got in and you want to kind of propel yourself up there with the competitors really quickly. You're also going to be able to boost the sales rank of your item this way. And that's the entire point of this strategy, is to make the bestseller ranking of your product higher. And in a way, you're artificially inflating it. But I guarantee you that other companies are doing this exact same thing when they're releasing stuff on Amazon. Not all of them are, but some of those people that seem to just release a brand new product and there's no reviews on it, and yet it's like up there in the best sellers, chances are they might be driving their own traffic to that listing this way. So what you're looking to do is to try to propel one of your own products into the top 20 best sellers of a category or a decent subcategory that people actually look at on Amazon. And then you're going to get that extra traffic to your listing and even drive more sales that way. Now, you have to consider whether there's something about your product or the price for your product that's going to actually keep it in the top 20 after your promotion ends. Look at what is already there in whatever category your product is listed in. Is there something similar already in the top 20 of that category? If so, then you might have room to squeeze in there along with that guy. Otherwise, there just may not be enough demand for that product to keep it in that high of a bestseller rank. Now, it's not absolutely essential that this particular criteria gets met. If you don't think that the potential power is there to maintain that ranking after your promotion ends, you can still get benefit from this. It will just be a more short-lived boost in sales. But if there is something already there that is essentially a competitor product, and maybe your product is better and the price is lower on it, and you think to yourself, you know, if people could see my product alongside of his, they would choose to buy mine. And that product is already in the top 20 and has been there for a while. You know, that could be a really good situation to really give this a good go on. Because if you can put yourself up in that top 20, it might stay there and long after this promotion is gone and be, you know, really big earner for you on one single product listing.